Hello. I just wanted to give some tips to everybody before going to a body shop in case you get to any type of accident or before you call your insurance. There's some things you need to know. Mind you, again, this is in my state. I'm in the state of Pennsylvania at the moment. So I don't know if every state, there's sometimes laws vary by state. But first of all, I work for a collision center that is a corporation. And a corporate collision center is very different from a mom and pop shop. For instance, corporate will not include your deductible in the estimate, which means you have to pay your deductible. Mom and pop shops most likely will do that for you. But mind you, the parts will all be recycled parts or replacement parts. There will not be original parts. In corporate, we are binded by getting the parts specified by your insurance, and usually by vehicles that are 5 years or less, we have to get original parts for them. Vehicles that are 10 years or more are recycled parts. It doesn't matter if it's a Mercedes, BMW, whatever it is. That's what the insurance specifies for it. So I recommend that you do your research on where you're going to take your vehicle, do a few phone calls, ask a few questions, because you don't want to waste your time for it. Also, I get a lot of people that come here with really minor damages, and whatever you report to your insurance goes into your car's record. Just like we have a medical record, your vehicle has a mechanical record, a collision record. It's the Carfax, basically. So every time you go through your insurance, that's considered an accident, which can automatically decrease the value of your vehicle by up to $2,500. So be very careful what you call your insurance for, and get your story straight before you call your insurance. It's very important that you do so. I had a person yesterday come in stating vandalism on the vehicle, when clearly it was not. But that's what he reported, and I have to mark damages on them because that's what he reported. But if the insurance calls me, I cannot tell them that I agree with it being vandalism, because it's not. It's clear it had 2 or 3 little scratches like this. The only thing that I agree that was vandalism was the tire, because it did look slashed. But all the other stuff around the car, it's all around tiny little scratches like this. That makes no sense for it being vandalism. There's no reason for that to be called vandalism. Vandalism is broken windows, you get stuff stolen, your car scratched all around, stuff like that. But you're called, and I advise them, I'm like, you called your insurance for this, and it's going to go on the car's record. It's going to count as a collision, even though it wasn't. It will state collision in the Carfax for it. So just be very careful what you call your insurance for, because you yourself are decreasing the value of your vehicle. And I told the person, these little scratches and everything could have been done at a detail shop. There are very good detailers out there that will buff your car and buff your scratches out. Go to a mom and pop place. It will be cheaper than paying your $250 or $500 deductible. And even if it's a little bit more than $250, at least it's not going on your car's record. So it's something good to know. Keep that in mind before calling your insurance. Very important, when you call your insurance, get your story straight. Look around your car. Make sure you report all the damages, because we have to report prior damage that's not included in your claim. And I have a lot of times, I'm trained, I can see dents from a mile away. Just the other day, a person comes in. She was stating damages on the passenger side of her car. When I'm walking around the vehicle, I find a dent, pretty big dent, on her driver's side. Oh, that must have been there and this and that. I'm like, ma'am, you cannot include that in this claim because it's not related. Oh, but I don't know how it got there. They need to include and get it fixed. I told her, it's not going to happen. They'll fix it for you, but you have to do a second claim. She calls, the person got mad. It was clearly an old dent. There was debris in the area. It was an old dent that she never noticed. Well, at least she says she never noticed. When she called, they told her the same thing. We can't include it in this claim because it's not related. It's a completely opposite side. So you have to get your story straight. before you call your insurance, because then you don't want to have to add things and be stuck with 2 deductibles. They're also big recommendation, PDR guys. I have some PDR guys on here. PDR guys mean paintless dent repair, which means you don't have to go through insurance. These guys, you can send them pictures, call them, and they will come to your home, give you an estimate, and they will pop out the dents right there, if they can do so, because it all depends on the area. So that's another thing. But be very careful when going to a body shop. Do your research on the body shop. If you have a higher end vehicle, you might want to go to a bigger body shop, just because you get better parts for it. And body shops, at least 90% of body shops do not have in-shop mechanics. There's a difference between a body technician and a mechanic, which means if your vehicle suffered mechanical damages after an impact, your vehicle will be sent to a sublet, which means to a vendor, to another place to get the mechanical work done. Another thing, be mindful that good repairs take time. Body shops do not have parts in shop, which means they have to order these parts. They have, and smaller shops, they have to go pick them up, or they'll go to a pull apart, which is a junkyard, and pull the parts, pull a door or whatever of another car and put it on yours. So mind you, don't be calling the shop every other day or get aggravated if your car's been there a week when you had bumper damage, hood damage, fender damage, because it's going to take time. Sometimes wrong parts are sent. So be patient and don't take it out on the person answering the phone, because it's not our fault. I have to give you the information that I get from the text. So just be mindful that good repairs take time. And do your research, get your story straight. And another thing, when it comes to total loss, you might think that, my car it's only the bumper, it's only this, it's only that. Insurance will do anything to not pay off. Insurance is the way it works, at least here again in my state. Total loss is determined by the value of your car. And the value of your car has nothing to do with what you put on the car. If it has aftermarket rims, tints, aftermarket, whatever, your aftermarket purchases that you customize the car with are not included in your policy, are not included in the value of your car. The value of your car is factor V value, and also by the mileage of your car. Usually if the repairs of your vehicle go over 60 to 70%, depending on the vehicle, the insurance will total your car because it's not worth for them to fix it. Let's say an example, if your car is worth $3,000 and the repairs on your car are $1,200, they're going to total your car because it's just not worth it. And you're like, my car's worth this or that. They don't care. They're going to give you the market value for it. Doesn't matter what you have on it. And then you cannot take off the things that you put on your car. If you put rims, no, as the car got to the shop, that's the way it has to leave. So whatever you put on that car, before you take it to the shop, if you have the old rims, put the old rims on if you want to keep your rims. So have that all in mind. It's very important that you have that all in mind. I know I'm forgetting a few things, but if you have any questions, just put in the comments. But I just thought I'd put this out there so everybody has that info. Get your story straight with your insurance. Walk around your car. Document your damages. Do your research on the shop. And remember, repairs are dependent on the value of your vehicle. And corporate shops do not take care of your deductible. Just wanted to put that out there because it's frustrating some days. And don't take your car to a body shop for many things. There are PDR guys, paintless dent repair guys. Detailers can take out a lot of scratches. So do your research. Call PDR guys, call detailers before actually taking your car to a shop, especially if you're going through your own insurance. So just putting that out there. Hope it helps. Have a good day, everyone.